Even though it's foggy right now and a little bit of drizzle here, behind me somewhere are the mountains. And on those mountains are big piles of snow that are just waiting to become part of the base snow that will be used for snowshoe ski season. Every year, beginning in late October and early November, Snowshoe Mountain begins the process of transforming their mountain into a wonderful haven for skiers. But to do this, careful work is needed, and a long process of making snow begins. I wanted to get a first-hand look at how this happens, so I headed for Snowshoe Mountain. This doesn't look like the right place. I'm not lost, someone just gave me bad directions. This is gonna take forever. Alas, I found the man who makes this snow happen, Mr. Ty Tegmeyer. Naturally, the first questions I asked, just why they make all this snow to begin with.
We make a base snow so it sticks around a lot longer. Natural snow will melt if it gets rained on a lot faster than man-made snow, so we just have to ensure that we have enough base to make it through March into early April.
Maybe raining now, some of that rain will probably be changing over to snow, if it hasn't already. Mr. Tegmeyer and his crew produce large amount of this base snow throughout the season. They must maintain anywhere from 48 to 60 inches of it, depending on the trail.
On top of it, because once you have a cold mass, it's easier to make snow on top of that than it is to make snow on top of warm ground, basically.
Shavers Lake is the source of this man-made snow. This water is run through a pump at 7,000 gallons a minute, which feeds into pipes that run up the mountains. Each pipe leads to a gun, which, in this case, is something that blows snow. The gun then breaks up the water using a lot of high air pressure, and thus it makes the water turn into little water droplets that will then freeze when the air temperature is below freezing. Right now, the snow is being made, and a lot of it is stored into piles and will be spread out just before opening day, which Snowshoe hopes for is November 22nd. From a rainy and foggy and somewhat breezy Snowshoe, West Virginia, I'm meteorologist Timothy Albertson, keeping you connected. Growing up, I always remember what my dad would say after it had rained, after not raining for a while, and that was to drive carefully on those roadways because things would be a bit slippery. Every day, oil accumulates on the roadways all across the world, including right here in West Virginia. I spoke with Jay McCarty at Dan's Car World in Bridgeport, who knows all too well what rain can do to cars on the roads.
When it has not rained, then we have the tendency where vehicles might drip a little bit of oil onto the roadway and it's not being washed off. So now we get a little bit of rain and they can make the road just a little bit slick.
Sparing you the molecular details, water and oil do not mix. The oil sits on top of the water, and if there is not enough water to push it off the roadways, then the oil sits between your car's tires and the roadway. Even if the rain is heavy enough, and it does wash off the oil, the heavy rain can lead to another issue. Hydroplaning is a common cause of car accidents in the rain. It is caused by the tires being unable to funnel out the water from beneath it.
The tire actually climbs up on top of the water and you don't have traction on the road. And that is when you start the hydroplaning.
What can help prevent you from hydroplaning on the roadways is knowing whether or not your car's tires have treads that are deep enough. Here's a little trick to tell if your tire treads are deep enough to be safely driving in the rain. Take a penny and put it right here in your treads. If you can see the top of Lincoln's head, then your treads are too low and you will lose traction on the roadways when it's raining. So it's best to get them replaced. Perhaps the most important thing to keep in mind when it rains and you're caught driving in it is to drive slowly.
When the weather turns and it's raining harder, the best thing you can do is slow down.
I'm meteorologist Timothy Albertson, keeping you connected.
Maybe even some of the viewers. But today was my last weekend here at WDTV. I am moving on, actually starting my job a week from tomorrow, or today, I guess it's midnight. in Savannah, Georgia, at a station down there. I will be reporting down there. So it's been great. I love working with all of these great people. The weekend shift has been so much fun. Also the dayside shift throughout the 3 days of the week that I work. I'll also be here through till Wednesday, so you'll still be seeing me for a couple more days.
For a few more days, that's right. Hey, and one other thing I want to point out too, sorry about the 7-day forecast thing earlier. So at midnight, the whole thing bumps forward a day. The numbers were fine except for Mondays, which I have not yet forecasted for that point. So let's take a look here at the 7-day forecast, how it should have actually looked. And there you go. Temperatures starting off in the mid-70s, going to be a little bit above average. And then here comes our chance for rain as we go into Wednesday night, especially Wednesday night into Thursday as well. And in honor of Mariah, I figure, because I'm a meteorologist and I'm also a Midwesterner. I want to talk about Savannah, Georgia here, and reasons as to why I don't. You know, I'm glad that you're moving up, but I don't envy the location. Let's take a look here.
Hot for him.
Yeah, let's take a look. The average January high in Savannah is 60.4 degrees.
That's like music to my ears.
The average July high is 92.4. Don't worry, this gets worse, everybody. Take a look at this. The record low is only 3 degrees. It's minus 21 for Fairmont, and it's minus 20 for Toledo. I mean, that's not even
But who
below.
wants to be in negative 20-degree weather?
Me!
Like, come on.
Me! And the average snowfall is 0. It is literally 0. So because of this, I consider Savannah, Georgia a place that I would never, ever, ever go. Way too warm. Nothing against the state of, nothing against Savannah, Georgia. I just do not like your guys' weather. And Mariah, I want you to take a good look here at the screen here. This is the last thing you're ever going to see from this news desk from WDTV. It's a baby raccoon.
Well, and I got to preface this a little bit though. Tim's favorite animal is a raccoon, and he always talks about them. And again, nothing wrong with a raccoon. They're oddly cute. They're like so ugly, they're cute.
But now that's the last. If we could just put that thing up one more time, just so you can see it. That's the last thing that you're ever going to see from this news desk, from this station.
That's fine.
Is a baby raccoon
sitting
on a log.
It could be something way worse. I'll take that.
Yeah,
a little fuzzy. It looks so innocent.
Nope.
Even though they're not all innocent, but
yeah, not all of them. I mean, remember the ones in the dumpster are nice.
Oh goodness, I did enjoy that graphic though. Thank you. And it is something that's been a running joke between us. Is he hates the hot weather, and I
can't stand it.
I think I like it. Well, we'll see about the 24/7, every day of the year, whatever, you know. But it's fine. It's just I'm excited. But thank you everyone for tuning in always on the weekends and watching us. But everyone will be in good hands. You'll be in good hands with our new faces.
Oh, right. I was confused for a second. I was like, I ain't leaving.
All righty. Well, for the last time, for me at least, thank you for joining us on this weekend's edition of 5 News at 11. We'll see you tomorrow for Daybreak.